Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So the Victorian government has introduced a female quota for construction industry jobs. Now, this is going to take effect next year, but it's going to have a 2-year leeway period because, if women don't sign up and the numbers aren't where they think they are supposed to be, that's going to give them a 2-year period to be like, hey, get on with it. There's a few reasons why women have not really been at the forefront of the construction industry. Mainly the fact that women tend to go for more caring roles in what they want to study, as opposed to hands-on construction work. Not saying women don't do it, but the majority of women do take on more like nursing jobs and hospital care and stuff. We're going to take a look at some of the stats on this, when this is going to kick in and why this is happening. So here it is on 9 News. Female quota introduced for jobs in the Victorian construction industry. Now, females will no longer be a rare sight in Victoria's construction industry from 2022, so next year, following the introduction of a new policy mandate for government projects. So it's for government projects, not for private industry. Although government projects can hire and contract private businesses to carry out the job, but it says it's for government projects. So that would mean anyone who would be working in one of those companies that is hired on a government project would have to meet this standard. So in an Australian first, the Victorian government has moved to ensure there are places for females among the male-dominated industry under the new building equality policy. The policy will mean women must make up at least 3% of trade roles, 7% of non-trade positions, and 35% of management, supervisor, and specialist labor roles in government projects worth $20 million or more. So anything less than $20 million, this doesn't apply. So with this, it's not like they're saying everyone in the construction industry needs to have this equality policy by next year, or to be starting to be implemented by next year. Only government projects worth $20 million or more. 4% of labor hours for apprentices and trainees must go to women. The policy will come into effect from January. However, there will be a 2-year transitional period. By 2024, there will be penalties in place for failing to meet female representation requirements. Now, I'll agree here with this engineer, Melanie, who worked on the Metro Tunnel project. She welcomed the idea of bringing women into the industry. She said, "I wish there were more women working in construction because there's a set of skills that we bring." And yeah, women and men have different sets of skills, but obviously men and women, they have different ideas on things and how to bring things to different industries. And sure, that could be a factor with this. All for it. I would encourage any females out there who would like to join the construction industry or join a trade to do so. Now, the thing is, they're saying that the barriers to women or females joining construction industry is the male-dominated aspect of it and how they are treated on the work site. Fear of gender-based discrimination. That's what they're saying. Parental influence, limiting understanding of the industry, and fear of gender-based discrimination were found to be the main barriers. So they're saying that females didn't even know or had little knowledge of the construction industry and its potential career options. So kids at school aren't being told this is an option for them if they're females. So they're saying we're trying to change the culture. So open it up for more women and saying, hey girls, you can actually work in construction. Many girls didn't believe they would be respected or heard in the construction industry, nor could they visualize what achievement might look like for them or how they could make a difference. So they're talking about other career paths like law, business, or medicine. Because I think with construction, the way the hours work on many of these jobs, it's kind of hard for females who are pregnant or caring for a child to have that much time off. Or even if they have someone to be able to be a carer, it's a bit hard to get up at 3, 4 in the morning to go to a job and then be out all day, come back at sometimes 6, 7 at night from traveling and everything. And it's like they want to take time off to care for their kids. And it's like, if you take 6 months off to care for a child, well, you come back and you're like, well, you've missed out on so much. And what company is going to want to take someone gone for 6 whole months of their job, especially in something like construction, where jobs could take 3-6 months at a time, and then there goes the whole job. This is interesting. Research showed that females from all girls' schools were significantly more likely to choose to study construction at university. So 55%, more than half of the girls offered placements in the UTS construction project management degree as school leavers came from an all-girls high school, while only 9% of schools in New South Wales are all-girls schools. Now, I do have an idea of why that is. I'm just speculating. Maybe some proportion of those girls are part of the LGBT community. That might be a factor. And then also in New South Wales, they've introduced a program for women called Built for Women, where they've announced 3,000 fee-free job training placements for women in construction and related fields. So obviously they have so little women working in construction or studying for construction. They're offering 3,000 positions where you don't have to pay for tuition. That's how much they want them. But here we have some numbers from ABC News, which says national data from Construction Skills Queensland reveal Australian female construction apprentices, just like the person they're talking about in the article, more than doubled in the last decade. So it's interesting to say that there's so many barriers for women in construction when apprenticeships have more than doubled in the last decade. So in December 2020, the number of female construction apprentices was 2,929 compared to 1,361 in 2010. An increase of 115%. Now, I know these numbers are not very big, nearly 3,000 people, but compared to 1,300 females in 2010, 3,000 is a big increase, 115%. That's really without these laws to be put in place and this job training assistance. That's without this. The numbers have increased 115%. So it's already on an uptick. And now the Victorian government is introducing female quotas in government-related jobs for construction industry. But according to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, let's take a look at what females actually are more likely to go into. Now, this is the proportion of females and males aged 20 to 74 employed by the industry in 2019-20. Let's take a look here at construction. According to ABS, construction is 87.3% male and 12.7% female. We've been hearing this, we need more women in construction, we need them, we need to break down the barriers for them, we need to give them an easier in, and we need to make it more equitable for women in these construction jobs. But let's take a look at what women are most likely to do. Healthcare and social assistance, male, 22.2% male. And on the female side, 77.9%. 78% to 22%, it's kind of the flip on its head. So you got healthcare and social assistance, predominantly female, and construction predominantly male. Now, is anyone saying we need to make the healthcare and social assistance industry more equitable for men? And even with education and training, like teaching, females 71.6%, males 28.4%. Now, is anyone coming out and saying we need to make healthcare and education more equitable positions for men? I don't hear that a lot, but we've seen that the numbers are already increasing, and they have been increasing over the past decade. And sure, if women want to take these roles, sure, good on them. But don't expect for people who you work for to just be happy to say, yeah, we're happy for you to take 6-9 months off to go care for a child when we can get someone else who's a male who isn't going to be putting us out of place and they can work anytime they need. As we go on, I'm totally happy to see these numbers increase. What I'm not happy is about a government enforcing quotas, because if you want to say, yes, we need to increase the availability for women to be able to want to go into these jobs, sure. You want to break down the barriers and the stigma for women, sure, no problem. Make it more available for people, male or female, who want to do that job. But by saying we need a quota for women so we can make it look like our left-wing government in Victoria, is that's who it is, our left-wing government in Victoria is making it look like we are more for equality in the construction industry, when the numbers have been moving up already over the past decade, and it's only for government projects worth more than $20 million. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share this one out, and I'll see you in the next one.